Interlude. It has now been a few years since this started for me. I have had time to reflect and gain new insights from this wonder and amazement, and to integrate it. As many people that read this book, there will probably be many different reactions. I believe some will love it, some will be confused, and others will call it a fantasy. Would you call this a textbook case of awakening? In a way, I guess you would. I had some fundamentals of religious principles to draw on. Yet there was more to learn, and there had to be changes in my thinking and heart. Some of what I knew was very right and very true, but there were other principles that weren't quite right. It didn't match with what I was experiencing. I had to look for new answers, different answers, to what was going on. Jeshua gave me a drop of his energy along with my higher self to make this come about. It's been pointed out we have our own internal guidance system from God. This I have learned to listen to. We need to develop and listen to that more now, and take what we gain from this internal system of ours and balance it out with the outside stimulus of our world. Sometimes now I sit in church and really listen to what is being said, snug, or presented. I balance that against what I have learned that is new. There will be times when I say to myself, "This is very good. This is right on." Then I say to myself, "That word could be changed. That sentence could be left out, or that paragraph needs to be dropped." What I am saying is keep what is good in our religions and change what needs to change. We as a human race have evolved in our thinking since 2,000 years ago when Jeshua walked the earth. And now there needs to be new growth and change in some beliefs. If we are going to have the 1,000 years of peace promised to us on earth, we need to look at quite a few things. In Neil Donald Walsh's book, The New Revelations, A Conversation with God, is the direction to look at what does work and what doesn't work. It's about change. We change from birth to death. Nature changes from spring to winter. Change is an accepted fact and part of our human evolution. Change is also part of our spiritual evolution. We are not the same type of people now that when Jeshua walked the earth 2,000 years ago. If he walked the earth now, he would approach some of his teachings to us in a new manner. We actually have this new manner available to us now. We need to come to it with an open mind. I read a quote once that said, "The most expensive thing there is a closed mind." Then again, let's add, we need to think not from the mind and ego, but from the heart. Do you think the word apocalypse means terror and suffering from a God of love? Over the years, words and translations have changed the meaning of the text. It really started out in Greek, then to Latin, to Middle English, to what we understand now. In Greek, the word apocalypse means reversal, to uncover. We need to reverse our thinking on some things and be open to the new that will be uncovered. That's what apocalypse really means. This is the glorious thing now happening to our world, to each individual if we allow ourselves to be open to it from the angels, spirit, and ultimately from God. The change comes from a God of love and joy in our hearts, who wants to give us an unmeasured amount of it and release us from our self-imposed fears. Our fears makes us prisoners and limit our freedom. Each of us needs to look inside ourselves and replace that fear with the freedom of love and joy from God. Again, from Walsh's book. 1. Functional. What works and what doesn't work? Look at your individual world and beliefs. 2. Adaptable. What are you to change in your beliefs so the world can again function as the peaceful world God provides, but humans have messed up? 3. Sustain. When you have made the correct changes from the heart, they'll be sustained because that's where you are meant to be.